welcome to Two Guys Garage. Now, they let us out of the shop. We thought we'd be free of going to a hot rod show in Cincinnati. Well, look what we're doing, man. Just like we do back home.
Pushing the minivan. But we did find some cool cars. We'll show you in just a second, so we get this guy out the street.
Yeah, check it out.
This is way nicer, warmer. Great way to show off some cars. Come on. This is the Cavalcade of Customs right here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we got rat rods, old sprint cars, old hot rods, muscle cars, an unbelievable parallel parking job.
All right, we got a lot to see. We're gonna split up, hit the floor. You're gonna come with us.
Let's go. Oh, you gotta love it, the bubble tops. This was the rage back in the mid to early 60s. This was designed by a guy named Dean Jeffries. He went over to Germany during the Korean War, learned some pinstriping skills, brought it back to Southern California, started designing cars, teamed up with a guy named Kenneth Robert Howard. You might know him better as Von Dutch. Yeah, as Von Dutch and the Kid. Well, Dean went on to design some of these cool cars, the symmetry of it, the bubble top. Check out the interior. This is exactly how it was designed in the mid-60s. Everything's laid up on the left side. This is one of the coolest pieces of automotive history you'll find ever, and it's right here for everybody's pleasure.
It's a beautiful 1934 Ford Woody. Unbelievable. It's a great display here, a lot of fun. Now what's cool is this rock hard maple. An amazing amount of handwork gone into this entire car. But what's also neat, this was hand built right next door to our Two Guys Garage shop, Cecil Taylor Hercules. It's a great start to this project. A lot of great paint work. I won't fault them for the Chevy 350 engine in there because it's got the triple deuces. Pretty cool. This car makes me think about Beach Boy music, suntan lotion, and catching a wave.
You know, there's something unmistakably cool about seeing an old truck like this. Now, the cool part about this one is obviously some surface rust, some age, some seasoning has gone into the cab of this truck, some of the fenders. But look, they replaced this entire section of the truck, and this is called faux, where you see it on a lot of walls and houses and in stores and stuff to match some of the old surface rust. So as you back off of it, the whole car blends in together. This is one of those projects where they saw it out in the field or something. Obviously, it looked cool. They added the fenders back to it, and you get an overall presence of a seasoned truck. Kind of cool, but at the same time, new material, so it's all there.
Man, you gotta love the patina on those old rat rods. That rust look is timeless. But there's another side to hot rodding. It's called restoration, making your car look good, making it last for a long time. KBS Coatings, they've got you covered. Everything from prepping your metal, pulling the iron oxides, the rust off. I mean, this stuff is hammer tough. You can bang on it. You can, bend it so it's got good flexibility. A lot of ways you can use stuff like this on your car. And they've got sealers for your tank. You don't have all those rusty debris going into your carburetor, your fuel injection. They got things for your exhaust manifolds, high temp. They got clears. A lot of cool stuff. We're gonna keep walking the floor.
You know, in hot rodding, there's always that paradigm shift where you wake up one morning and all of a sudden a whole different breed of car is cool. And as you see this one, going through a major chop on it. See the cuts here, and they'll form the fab and weld up, recut, and do it all again. But you see all the hours and the fabrication it takes to get these cars to come out as cool as what you see here. This car, in a few more 100 hours, is gonna be incredible.
Yeah, and as a kid, we all had some sort of Tonka truck, fire truck, maybe a tow truck. Well, this is a hand-fabricated from-scratch truck. This is owned by Joel, but you know what? Joel's got the big boy version too. Check this out, full-on restoration, all modern chassis under the bag. But to make a lot of this work, they had to go back and find the blueprints for this manly crane. This thing is awesome, it's fresh, it pops, the green is cool. This thing looks good.
Now, you know, I've never been much on golf, but you had a 60-inch plasma, 27-inch here, 30-inch doves, and it's on airbags. Yeah, I might get down with some golf.
I found myself an insano death machine right here. Now, this is a culmination of some serious backyard engineering. Let me walk you through it. We're sitting under a 2006 Ram truck, but I've got a 5.9 Cummins i6 turbo diesel here. Now walk through this plumbing with me because it gets pretty crazy. We've got a huge intake here feeding 2 turbos in the back. Those 2 turbos are feeding this big old turbo right here. Well, this exhaust is feeding this turbo, but then this turbo exhaust is feeding those 2 turbos. So at the end of the day, we're making 2,000 foot-pounds, almost 1,800 horsepower, and we are flying down the track. It's probably making about 130 plus pounds of boost by the time it's midway down the track. Crazy? I think I'm gonna get out right now while I'm still live. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, it's the KOI Cavalcade of Customs. You know, it's often pretty neat at one of these shows is you get to talk to the industry experts, check out the latest technologies. Now, I see you've got an alternator kind of broken apart. We got some new features in here.
What we've got here, the demand for electricity in today's vehicle has really increased, Kevin.
What, bigger stereos, navigation,
electric seats that goes on and on.
computers, yeah.
Now, how do we get more amps without having a big case alternator? Remy has just recently got the patent on a stator winding. This is a conventional stator here,
Yep.
where the wire is round. With this particular stator winding here, the wire is square.
So you can pack them in tighter.
Absolutely.
You can get
There's
a
no air
greater
pockets.
density.
No air pockets.
So you can get a lot more amperage in the same space. Very cool. All right, moving down, what else do we have?
Let me just show you this cap here. If we take this case, this component right here, the voltage regulator, now they have not only one, but they got 2 computers that can shut it off. Now here's the benefit. The vehicle's going down the road, it takes almost 8 horsepower to spin that pulley. If the computer senses there's not a need for a lot of amps, they can shut the alternator off, the 8 horsepower, right to the wheels, net benefit.
Well, you can freewheel it, and at $4, $5 a gallon, who wants to be charging nothing?
Oh,
you know,
you're absolutely right. Remy, on our aftermarket side, or Delco Remy on our heavy duty side, we're deeply committed to make sure that our products, once they go on the vehicle, that he only has to look at it one time the day he installs it.
So end of line, before it goes in the box, before it gets shipped, you guys can load test it. You can put it through all the simulations, make sure that's good.
We're deeply committed to the quality story.
Man, great technologies. Appreciate you sharing with us.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Now, you know, when you see a KOI Vendor of the Year award, you're dealing with somebody pretty special. Dorman, they got here just after the car showed up. And these guys, you've probably known them for backing plates, dust shields, remanufactured clusters, but they've jumped all kinds of crazy into the world of complex electronics. Why don't you tell me about some of the stuff you got here, Dimitri?
Well, what we got here is a fuel pump driver module. It's used on the Ford returnless fuel systems. Basic failure mode is corrosion, causes water intrusion. We redesigned it, we engineered the entire part. It's got a powder coating on it to avoid the corrosion. Custom standoffs that actually bring the aluminum away from the steel, which actually keeps reduction on the electrolysis.
I know this fuel injection control module here, you guys have done a whole world of re-innovating. Why don't you tell me about that?
We redesigned the entire part, basically. We staked the components down to actually resist the vibration and actually keep the solder joints from cracking, which is the primary failure.
Right, it would heat up on a valve cover or something and wear out.
And it would cause the voltage to go down.
There you go. Dorman, handling complex electronics like you would not believe. Nice work, Dimitri. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All kinds of cool stuff at the Cavalcade of Customs car show.
Ah, cool. All right, shocks. I'll check this out. This is a mono tube. You can see the floating piston. It separates, the oil from the nitrogen gas. This is kind of typical. This is a twin tube, so you can see the inner and the outer tube shells. Now, these are KYBs. This is what we used on our Corvette project last year.
That's right. I saw that episode, Kevin. It was great.
That was a lot of fun because that thing was a little sloppy when we got it, but man, once we put those on, that thing rid like rails,
Well, shocks and struts wear as the vehicle is operating, and when you replace them, it makes a marked improvement in the vehicle's performance.
Now, how many cycles typically in 10,000, 50,000 miles?
Those shock absorbers or struts can cycle as many as 75 million times.
75 million. Well, I can see why they get a little tired and why we want to replace them. But I tell you what, you can feel it in the seat of your pants. It's always a good time once you've done the job.
You can feel it in the seat of your pants, and you know your vehicle's safer. It's going to deliver you shorter stopping distance, better handling and control.
Cool. Joe, man, good to see you again.
Hey, thanks.
What's up, guys? How are you? Good, good. How you doing? Hey, man, how you doing? Good. Good. Hey, what's up, Gates?
Hey,
How are you doing,
yeah,
man?
I'm doing
What?
great.
What do you got here? It's candy? Toothpick?
Belt wear gauges.
Belt wear gauges.
Yeah.
All right, how's it work?
Well, basically old belts.
Yeah,
They
old
used
belts, they used to show cracks.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not on the new ones. What this is a belt wear gauge.
Okay.
Basically, by taking it and putting it into the belt, if you put it in the belt and it's flush,
Right.
well, feel that?
Yeah.
That belt's old. It's worn.
I would have guessed that was the new one.
Yeah, now feel that one.
Okay, it's raised.
That's right.
So
Raised.
the fatigue belt, it slides down in. The new belt, it rides on the grooves.
That's correct.
Cheapest
Very
tool
simple.
out there.
Cheapest tool out there. And it's free.
Appreciate it.
Stick around. When we come back, we've got more Cavalcade of Customs right here in Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back. And what's the great thing about a show like this, they've got all kinds of cars, from early dragsters to sprint cars. This is a 1915 to 1930 era Brenton Ford sprint car. This is in the middle of sort of a recreation, of cars in that era. They started out using like past car frames, modifying them, shrinking them. You can see the old buggy springs, the old friction type dampers. This is a modified Ford engine converted to run dual cams. They run either gasoline or benzene. It's got a dry sump system on it. Really cool car, can't wait to see it done, but if you want to, there's a whole bunch of either restored or original cars all along the way. These shows are great for stuff like this.
One thing that we've seen here, and it's great to see, is how many high school programs they have. Whether it's dune buggies, really cool wagons, or unbelievable John Deere tractors. How to get kids involved is give them a cool project like this to get their hands dirty, get some fab work done, and have a great time doing it.
All right, I got a heavy hitter right here. 1967 Chevelle SS 396 big block car.
Over here. 63 Impala. Bumper's been cut and tucked.
Hey, wait, man. I wasn't
custom
finished.
dash. That's
Come
what
back.
I'm talking
Come
about.
on. Over here, check it out. We got the big torque thrust wheels. We got the dual exhaust. We got some custom leather interior.
No. Everything underneath this one, all custom tuck candy underneath, disc brakes. This thing is
Hey, come
look at
back
the
over here.
interior.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
I
Look at
wasn't
this
finished
Impala.
yet.
Kidding me with that?
Dude, are you gonna pimp me like that?
There's only one way to settle
Oh
this.
yeah? How are we gonna do it?
We need the race.
Game on.
Game on, let's go.
It's close. It's close. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, don't go over the line. Don't go over the line.
I'm staged, man.
Okay, you ready?
I'm
three.
de-staging.
Ready?
3,
1, 2. No. Oh, that's not fair. Oh no. Hey, you crossed the line, man. I win by default. Well, you know what? I'm gonna prep mine for the show. Duraglass booth. I got an idea. Hey, Dean.
Yes.
All right, I think I'm gonna put an entry into the show, but we're gonna have to clean this thing up in a hurry. Can you help me out?
We'll try. We have two choices. We've either got a car wash that I need to have a hose to rinse, or we can use this brand new rinseless wash.
Well, see, that sounds good, but I think we're gonna be short on time.
Okay.
Maybe this time we skip that step. Let's go at it. What do you got?
I've got an ultimate detail spray.
All right.
Let's give that a try.
Start on that. I'm gonna start weeding through over here. All right, we got bug remover. Yeah, I gotta get all these bugs off the front, man. This thing's been flying way too fast. Okay.
Whoa, that is really bringing those highlights out on this.
Hey, Dean, those cup holders are nasty, man. Can you hook me up?
We're going to use the ultimate detail spray again. Give it a good shot. Take my microfiber towel and wipe that all out of there. Oh, Duraglass, you did it again.
All right, man, I gotta have the shiny rims. All right, let me get these guys all nice and polished out. Well, as good as a rusty wheel can. Then, ultra shine, tire gloss. Yeah, baby.
Well, we're going to try to do some of this wet look in order to bring the real finish out on this. Being the wet look, it's going to reduce the amount of air drag that you've got to it. You can already see how this thing is starting to develop. Ooh, like they say in Italian, that's a nice.
All right, what else we got good in here? We got, ooh, odor eliminator, perfect. Where's Willie? You know, Dean, I think this thing came out great, man.
Looks great to me.
I think we're gonna have to roll it in. We're gonna reap the rewards, buddy.
All right, you might consider yourself lucky to see one gasser at a car show, let alone find a gasser rally from the old shoebox Chevys to the Studebakers to the 65 Comet. These are kind of car builds you never really see, and we found a whole bunch of them here. Cavalcade of Customs car show. Unbelievable cars, some really cool products. And there's not one hot rodder muscle car guy that's never had that speech. You know, where you leave a little bit of oil on the parents' driveway. Well, sometimes the product name says it all. Joe Fritz from Oil Eater, tell me you guys have literally gone from a product that was designed to pull oil out of concrete to now parts washing, fleet washing. Tell me a little bit about this.
It does it all. It's a biodegradable, non-toxic, non-corrosive product. Nice. So get it on your skin or you get it on the side of your car. It's not going to hurt you. Nice. It's not going to tear anything up that way, but it's versatile. So you can use it on your shop floor. You can pull oil up out of concrete. You can even degrease engines with it. You get lunch on your shirt or on spots on the carpet. Take your dirt out of that way.
Look, the name says it all. Oil Eater.
Absolutely.
Get some. Joe, thanks for the time. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Check this out. This is a neat find, a 1958 Lloyd, Australian made, sent to Germany. I don't know how it made it to the States. I've never seen one. 19 horsepower little minibus. Apparently you stick all your friends and family in here. There's a pretty neat mantra that goes along with the Lloyd name. He who is not afraid of death drives a Lloyd. Not a lot of encouragement for me to get in this thing and go down the freeway, but it is cool and it's a neat find. These guys actually found it in a basement on jack stands. 3 or 4 guys actually just picked it up and hauled it out of the basement and took it home, and now you see it on the show for us all to enjoy.
You know, I always wonder if painters' rooms are like really messy. They were always getting in trouble with their mom. I'm here with Barry Thomas from Becca. Tell me a little bit about this new waterborne gun washer.
Well, our system is set up specifically for clean waterborne paint.
Okay.
And some things that make it unique, we have a compressed air hookup to the backside of the gun to protect the air passageways. We also have a flow brush for cleaning the air cap and the fluid tip. And we have what we call a power pistol, which basically does a pulsing flush through the spray gun. And then the final thing we have is a blowgun for basically drying off the spray gun.
But the big trick is in here, right?
The big trick is in here. We have our heated system where we basically will heat the water, which will basically speed up the cleaning process.
There you go, man. Brand new stuff from Becca. Thanks for the time, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
One of the classics at car shows, 1941 Willys. This one's really cool. 502 big block ramjet, 510 horsepower, really cool flames. It's the first time this one's been seen. We got a lot of Willys at the show, some really cool ones. It's a fun ride, everybody loves them, but this 1968 version needs a full restoration.
Need a fly by the seat of your pants, handful of vehicle to drive? Here you go, a mid-60s altered, straight axle, no brakes, big nasty Hemi, really short wheelbase. These things clicked off mid-9 times, but in 1966, this thing was king.
You know, what's fun at the show, there's a lot of interactivity going on. These guys are all pinstriping. Now, this is Kevin. You've been pinstriping for how long?
4 years.
4 years? How'd you get into it?
You know what? I paid somebody to stripe my bike and thought I'd try to do it myself. That way I didn't have to pay someone to do it anymore.
Cool. What's the best way for somebody out there that wants to get into pinstriping?
Buy a brush.
Step 1.
Buy some paint.
Step 2.
And practice.
Step 3.
Yeah.
All right, now you know the secrets.
Kev, I gotta tell you, bro, this thing looks fantastic.
Dude, check it out.
It's awesome.
Check it out.
No way.
People's Choice Award, man.
Come
People's
on.
Choice Award. You might have had the fastest
vacuum
one.
cleaner.
Yeah, but dude, yours might have been fast, but mine looked good. I'm sorry, dog.
It does look good.
People, my fans, they've spoken. Hey, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Cavalcade of Customs. Big thanks to KOI for asking us to come. We had a blast. We saw everything from rat rod, sprint cars,
Bubble top cars from the 60s. Awesome.
Well, we're gonna take a break. You guys stick around.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, check out speed.com or visit TwoGuysGarage.com.
We've never made more power, had better emissions and better fuel economy than we do right now. And a lot of that's based on new technologies. One of them is the electronic throttle body with drive-by-wire technology. Notice there's no cable. It's all done by wires and the PCM. So now the PCM is controlling this throttle and can do a lot of things that maybe we weren't smart enough to do, you know, like idle air. We don't have an idle air anymore. The PCM can control this throttle with a little electric motor and a little sensor and get you the perfect idle, no matter if you're hot or cold. Well, you know, they get old over time. You want to keep them clean, keep the carbon deposits and dirt out of them. But when they do fail, you want to pick up a new one. Now here's a whole setup here from TechSmart. Now these are made by S&P. They're all brand new. They're not remanned. So you know, all you got to do, pop off a couple of bolts, maybe a vacuum line or two. You're ready to stick one on and go down the road. And they're great. It's a cool technology. There's a whole lot more we'll share with you in the future, but check it out.
I don't know, Kev, given the options here, which one would you like to have in your truck, man?
Well, I'm hoping my truck looks as shiny and clean as this one, so I'm gonna pick that one right there.
Exactly. Whether it's gauges, bolts, braces, you can find all your parts for your classic Chevy truck in Classic Parts of America's Chevy Truck Catalog.
That's right, man. Check these guys out. I mean, you know these things get old, they break. You know, this sending unit right here, it's had it. You can get all this stuff, grills, you name it. These guys are located in the Midwest. Typically 1 to 3 days, you got your parts, you're ready to continue your project.
And you know they're doing something right. They've been in business almost 30 years.
Yeah, get your free catalog. It's Classic Parts of America. All right, and next up from Stoco Skincare, we've got the Cresto Heavy Duty Hand Cleaner.
Exactly, and the skin repair, keep those hard-working hands, release them of cracks, gets moisturous, non-greasy formula, soaks in fast.
Yeah, man, I know I'm a dirty guy. I'm always making a mess, so I'm in that bathroom cleaning up all the time. This is a great product. It's got a lot of ground up natural walnut shells to get the grit in there and clean and scrub. Exactly. Won't tear your hands up, but will get them nice and clean.
Hey, you think this skin relief can do anything for?
It just might. But you know what? That's from Stoco. This is the Cresto hand cleaner. And the after treatment, great stuff. But you know what? We're running out of time. I want to give a big shout out to KOI. Awesome car show. Thanks for letting us be there.
Yeah, great products, great people, great rides.
All right, we're out of time. We'll see you next time.